remember that learning to obey doesn't have to be a dreary activity. It can be fun. I'll leave a link in the comments below to some games that we play, such as Mother May I, or Run to Mommy, or Simon Says. All of those games help your children learn how to obey in a fun way. So whenever you say to go do something, it's not a completely foreign concept to them. You've been playing these games and they will immediately go. One of my favorite stories is about the Run to Mommy game. So when we play this game, I start out when my children are young. I've done it with my 2-year-olds, and you make sure to do it at a time when you know they're going to obey. So for example, we'd be walking down the sidewalk and my daughter would be a few steps in front of me. She'd turn around and decide she wants to come run back to me. So at that moment that she's already running to me, I'd hold out my arms really wide and say, "Run to Mommy." And she'd run and I would envelop her in a big hug and pick her up and tell her that was a great job running to Mommy. And we'd keep playing this game just kind of periodically when I knew she was ready. And particularly for one of my children, I made sure to only do this when she was running towards me, because she tended to be the one that wanted to obey on her own terms. So once I knew that she'd been doing this consistently, I would wait until she's walking a little bit in front of me and I would yell, "Run to Mommy." I'd make sure she wasn't distracted with something else, but that she had actually heard me, and she would run back to me. And I would make a big deal and praise her and tell her that was a great job for running back. And pretty soon she could be down the block and I could yell at "Run to Mommy," and she'd run back to me. So this has several really beneficial outcomes also, because we use this still, even though my girls are upper elementary and middle school age, it's very helpful. Whenever my oldest daughter was 5, we were on a nature walk with some friends, and they had gone around the bend a little bit. We knew the area. We weren't concerned about their safety, but we knew it was time for them to come back so we could head back to the car. And I was curious if this would actually work. We'd been playing this game, and I wanted to see if she would respond in this setting, which we had never tested before. So I yelled out, "Run to Mommy!" And lo and behold, I had her, followed by all these other kids, racing down to us. And it was such a confirmation that this game was really helping to build that habit. We still use this today, particularly when we're on a nature walk and we may have our group kind of spread out over the field or the whatever area where we are. And all of the moms have a whistle. We need to have something that they can hear from a distance. So we have told the kids, anytime you hear a whistle, that means you need to run to the nearest adult in our group. It could be that it's time to go. It could be that there's some safety concern and we need to gather all the kids up. So the older kids help the younger kids, and we practice this also. We don't use this only whenever we actually need them to come. Sometimes we'll just have a practice run and we'll just blow the whistle to make sure that they are still in the habit of obeying that whistle. We make sure that it is second nature that they do that. So this can translate into obedience in other aspects of their life also.